James Lynch here for Bodog. Happy to be joined by Rob Font, who's going to be back in action against Raul Rosas Jr., UFC 326, March 7th. Rob, how's it going, man?
It's going good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I know this is a fight that's been in the works for a while, like even dating back to last year. I know you guys were supposed to fight in September, and I know there's even rumblings before that. Obviously, you ended up getting a new opponent for that fight in September. Was this a fight you wanted to get rebooked, or is it one of those things where, hey, it's a big name, I could take advantage of it?
Um, at first it was kind of like, I wasn't sure if I really wanted to like rebook this fight just in case, God forbid, like the fight doesn't happen again. But
Mhm.
then obviously we got offered it, and once we got offered it was like definitely we're gonna take the fight. So
Yeah.
I think it was more of like didn't care too much if it happened again, if it did get rebooked or not. But once it did, I was like, all right, let's go with it.
Okay, there we go. Of course, I mentioned that last fight. Never fun to talk about a loss, but that David Martinez fight, I think a lot of people don't look at the fact that like when you get an opponent switch, it's the opponent as well too who's scheduled on that card that also has a difficult time when you get a new opponent, right? And you just wanted to fight. I know it had been a bit as well too. I think you fought on the Seattle card prior to that. So take me through kind of that whole thing and learning from that going into this fight.
Yeah, man. It was a good fight. I think it was a close fight. Definitely didn't. I could have did a lot more in the third round, and but shouts out to him. He got the W. He looked good. Felt good. He was sharp, smooth, and fast, and all that. But yeah, it was just one of those shitty situation. Getting a fight obviously replaced a week and a half, 2 weeks out is always tough. And I've done it before, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, and it is tough though. But he stepped up as well. So it's one of those things. Like we can't look too much until like the opponent switch.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Just wanted to mention the context because people always
Yeah,
look at the loss and they're never thinking about the guy that actually has to take the new opponent on, right? So that's why I
yeah,
always bring that
yeah,
up because
yeah.
obviously he had a big opportunity. Let's talk about Raul Rosas though. Obviously, we know the hype behind him. Really good ground game. How are you looking at this fight stylistically as far as the matchup?
Man, I like the fight. Obviously, it's still a tough fight. He's gonna be looking to grapple. He's gonna be looking, but I think he's gonna look to stand up more than people are giving him credit for. I think he's gonna try to push the pace there. Um, it's exciting. You tell he's growing. He's getting better, and just another challenge. And I'm willing to step in there with him and look for that finish the whole time.
Yeah, and I think arguably it's the toughest opponent he's fought to date. You look at the experience who you fought, and another thing, Rob, that I don't think you get enough credit for. You're a tough guy to finish. I think the last time you were finishing a fight was the Pedro Martinez. I was going to say Pedro Martinez, not the pitcher, Pedro
Mhm.
Munoz, the bantamweight.
Yeah,
I don't know why
yeah.
I said that, but yeah, that was the last time I think you were finishing a fight, and he's sort of used to doing that with his opponents, right? Like he's used to getting those quick finishes. Like how much will that play into this? That you've got a lot of good defense when it comes to your overall game.
Yeah, so obviously we're trying to not get caught in any real bad positions as far as being on the ground or obviously when we're getting taken down, we're trying to land in good position if we do get taken down. But besides that, yeah, I just got to make sure like he doesn't get comfortable standing. I think if he doesn't get comfortable standing, he's not gonna feel that confident shooting over and over again, especially if I step a couple. So I think, we do that, we step a couple, and we start looking for the finish in the third round.
Okay, I love it. Now, by the looks of it, for this camp, you didn't go over to Montreal for this one to Tristar, right? You're doing everything at home.
No, I'm in Montreal right
Oh,
now.
you are in Montreal. Okay, cool,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
How's the
yeah,
weather? It's a little cold over there, I imagine this time.
yeah. It's definitely it's not too bad today. The
Yeah.
sun's actually out. Hasn't snowed, but yeah, it's been up and down. It's been up and down.
Okay. So who are you mainly working with over there? Obviously, they have a great camp.
Yeah, obviously guys like Louis, Eamon. A bunch of guys, man. Everybody, Isaac, little Steve. Everybody's in the gym consistently. I've been getting a lot of work with X, Xavier. Like, there's so many guys that always help me out. So yeah, shout out to all those guys. Obviously Faraz is always there. Rob Reeves is always there, and putting in their putting in their 2 senses and making sure they have eyes on me.
Yeah, no, a lot of good training partners there. I'll kind of go over those names a little bit. Louis Sanadakis, a lot of people, he's a guy that should really have made the UFC. I don't know why they didn't sign him. Xavier Aloui, same thing. Like two guys that have been on the cusp there, so really good training partners. And then Eamon Zahabi, who's been on quite the role in your weight class, and also, from what I hear, a very good sort of coach as well. Kind of takes after his brother a bit. That must be a nice asset just to have all that experience in the gym too. And you're fighting, and you're getting to train with guys that are in your weight class too.
Yeah. So it's like it's just like it's obviously training with well-rounded guys, getting pushed, and everybody's safe. That's the biggest part too. Everybody's safe, and yeah, I'm having a blast out there.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems to be a regular thing. How long have you been out in Montreal for this camp?
It'll be altogether, I think 5.5 weeks.
Oh, wow. Okay. Now, does your wife and your kids come with you, or you just do it like Rocky style by yourself?
Not this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I came out. It's a little too. It's easier in the summer and the cold. It's hard to have them out here because they're basically just stuck in the house. So it's tough. So it's might as well be stuck in our own house, you know.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Are you in the dorms, or do you stay like in an Airbnb? Like, how do you do your camps and stuff?
I'm in an Airbnb like
Oh,
5 minutes down the street.
Because I know the dorms was the thing for a while, and I was like, you seem a bit like too much of a veteran to do the dorms thing at this point, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of rough, man. It's rough.
Yeah.
It's you got to be a certain breed of living
Yeah,
in those
it's something you can do when you're younger. Like, I
dorms.
don't blame you. I don't think I could do the dorms either. So we're
Yeah,
around the
it's
same
tough,
age. I can
man.
understand that. Weight cut, I'm sure, is going well. How's all that going ahead of the fight?
Great. I'm working with Paulina.
Oh, nice. Still
Like
with
that's going
Perfecting
great.
Athletes. Excellent.
Yeah, definitely. So just staying in contact with her. Fighting in Vegas. She'll be in Vegas, so I'll fly in, link up with her, and just get the job done. But yeah, everything's going smooth.
Good.
Feel good. Studying my opponent. We're doing the homework, studying the tape, studying on my sparring and everything, and just making small fixes as we go.
Yeah, and I mean, you don't really have much else to do, right? It's so cold outside. You can't go do a lot in Montreal. You can't eat any of the good food in Montreal too, because again, you're in camp. So it's like it kind of is like a Rocky camp where like you're away from everything. So I'm sure the only thing you can do is focus on Raul Rosas, focus on
That's
yourself. Like
it.
it's in some ways I'm sure a lot better because that's all you can focus on. You don't have any other distractions.
Yeah, no, that's it, bro. It's we're locked down, man. We're locked down for 6 weeks, and yeah, then we'll go out there and perform. Feel good, man. Like you said, there's no distractions. It's 2 days. Just got to make sure I don't overtrain. That's it, really.
Yeah, that makes sense. Your corner, what's that going to look like? Who's making the trip to Vegas with you?
It'll be Rob Vivas, for Ross, and Calvin.
Okay, there we go. That sounds good. And how's this fight playing out on March 7th? How do you see it unfolding?
Man, everything goes smooth. I pick him apart for 2 rounds, and I finish him the third.
Love it. You didn't even hesitate. That's how I know you're serious. So you didn't even
It's
give me
fucking
some of the
dope,
options.
man.
Who's taking the main event of your card? Max Holloway, Charles Oliveira. Who's taking the BMF title?
Oh, that's such a tough one, man. Oh man.
There's no
I
wrong
think
answer
I'm,
here.
I'm I, yeah, I think I'm leaning Max. I think I'm leaning Max.
Okay. Obviously, I mentioned there, Raul, a lot of hype, a lot of, notoriety fighting him. A win here, that's got to put you right back in the driver's seat, I would think, just because he's a guy that, other than that one sort of blemish he had, earlier in his career, he hasn't lost a lot.
Yeah, no, he hasn't lost a lot of hype. He's up and coming. Like he's gonna have a lot of confidence, a lot of energy. I think it's gonna be a wild first round. I know he's getting better. You only get better when you're that young. You don't like hit a wall. So it's kind of he's gonna get better. He's gonna be adjusting and fixing all the holes he's made before, and looking to capitalize, looking to get a win, and look, step forward. But I'm just gonna have to put a halt to all that.
Yeah, no, can't wait. And how many more fights do you have left in your contract? I imagine you'd have a few if you have this fight because it's a pretty big matchup.
Good question. I'm not sure. I like Tyson, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, no worries. Like, I'd imagine this isn't the last fight on your deal, I wouldn't
Yeah,
think.
yeah, no, definitely not the last one, but it's a good question. I'll
Okay,
ask
well, there you go.
Tyson.
Message him after. That makes sense. Do you want to fight on the White House card? Is that something like you would hope to get on, or it doesn't matter to you?
Not, I like Vegas, man. Vegas is easy. I like to go, like get the PI,
Yeah.
You fight early, get out early. It's like, yeah, I like Vegas.
Yeah, I guess if they installed like a PI in the Oval Office, you might consider it, right?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Something like that. At the top of your division, obviously we have Petr Yan as the champ. Seems like he's going to be out with a bit for the back injury. What would you think? Like, if you could do the matchmaking, like who would you like to see him fight next? Because it looks like it's going to be O'Malley, but there's a lot of people who feel like O'Malley's had a number of opportunities at the title. Of course, he is a former champion, but you got a guy like Umar who had that pretty close fight with Merab. There's also some people that say, hey, Merab lost his last fight, but he had a bunch of title defenses. Like, what would you like to see in the division as far as Jan's first title defense being the champ?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Morale wants the rematch. Obviously,
Yeah,
like
trilogy.
that's
Yeah,
the
because
only
they fought
time.
twice.
Yeah,
Merab beat him the first time, and then Jan beat him obviously last time.
so like so I think, but I think time is working against him. Right? He's injured right now,
Mhm.
so then you have there's a lot of matchups, man. Like even throw Eamon in the mix there too,
That's
man. Like
right.
there's
Yeah.
so many more matchups. I think the fans would love to see Corey versus of Sean O'Malley for the striking matchup.
Yeah.
Um, we have Umar.
Yeah, there's a
Man,
lot of
there's a
different
lot of
ways you
times.
could go.
Yeah,
Like,
there's so many way you can do
yeah,
this,
no, but
man.
I don't think there's a wrong answer. I'm with you on the O'Malley Sandhagen fight. That's a fight
Yeah.
people have wanted to see for years. So let's say that happens. That takes out obviously those two. Then you still got Umar and Merab. Who would you rather see fight for the title out of those two?
I'm saying I wouldn't mind seeing Umar fight it.
Yeah.
Give Rob a break, let him heal, let him come back fully, and then get the winner of that fight. But yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Umar get that match.
Okay.
Or again, throw my boy Eamon in there, man. He's on a tear right now, so
I
I wouldn't
agree.
mind.
Hey,
I would
listen,
love to
he's
see
the
that.
win streak speaks for itself. So I'm with you there. Like
Yeah,
he's got to get a big fight next, I think, right? So
100%.
yeah, totally makes sense with that. Okay, two more quick questions. You mentioned Calvin Kattar. What's he up to these days? Is he going to fight anytime soon? What's the latest with him?
So he was just in Vegas, and he's coming out here, I believe, tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
And then yeah, he's just just training. He'll be looking for a fight soon. Just taking his time to get back. But I know he's definitely getting back in.
Okay, that's good to know. I guess you're not golfing. Well, if you're in Montreal, you can't golf. But are you going to try golfing like once the weather gets better? When you're out of camp?
100%. I need to, man. Especially it's been a while too, so I got
When
to
was the
get back
last
out
time you
there.
golfed? When was the last time? Do you remember?
I'll say at least a year and a half.
Wow. Okay. You're
Yeah, it's been a
slacking.
while.
Yeah. Okay. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
it's like
And I don't know if I asked you this last time, but have you been to a Montreal Canadiens game yet since you've been in Montreal? I'm going to guess no.
I haven't. I gotta
You got
get
to
there. I've
go.
been in the yeah. I gotta get there. I've been in the arena a couple times, but I haven't been to a game yet.
Yeah, it's like one of the loudest crowds because they have like more capacity than other arenas, and like the Canadians are actually doing quite well right now. So it'd be a good time if you can get some hookups or something. Maybe George or someone at the gym can get that set up. Yeah,
I'm going to look into that. Like, I'd be pretty good. Something to do, man.
it's entertaining. I'll say it's like a live sport. I think it's right up there. Plus, like they can fight too, which is cool, right?
Yeah,
So,
that's awesome.
that's
And
another
I've been,
bonus.
I love hockey games. They bring the energy for sure.
They do. And you bring the energy too, Rob. Really appreciate the time, especially on Super Bowl Sunday. If there's anyone you want to thank before we get out of here, any sponsors, any social media you want to mention, I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, I just want to thank you. Shout out to everybody that supported me. And yeah, man, tune in March 7th.